Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. On today's Weekend Whip, we're going to be continuing on the page I started in Seasons by Hanna Karlzon. So I'm going to take a sip here just so my mouth doesn't get too dry. No tea tonight, but yeah, I've got some nice water. My desk is a mess right now. So hopefully I can focus on what I need to focus on. So this is where let me zoom out a little bit. This is where we left off. So here's the crazy, messy mess that I left last week. And I just didn't want to mess with it anymore. And I was done. So I think what I'm going to do really quickly, we're going to try a little bit of repair on that. And then I'm going to work on the house a little bit, kind of start working on that. I'm going to use my palette and a water brush and yeah, and try to get this covered up that way. So I'm going to just color on, and when you use the Caran d'Ache palette, there's a rough side and a smooth side. So you want to use the rough side when you are trying to use like colors, ink tints, watercolor pencils, things like that. You want to do those on the rough side. So I'm just going to pick it up straight from here and then just kind of pat it off just a little bit so it's not super, super dark. And I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. There we go. Okay, let's try that. Let's see what happens with this. Yeah, this paper is thirsty. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I don't think this is going to completely cover it, but it'll be a little, I keep putting my paper towel into my paint. It'll give it a little bit more coverage, and hopefully I can make it look a little bit better. Okay, so I don't really love what I just did, but I don't want to get it too wet. So I'm just going to keep pulling from, there we go. We'll just go around this way. Kind of blending it out. I'm going to do a little bit over here. Try to get into the corners with my brush too. And then I'm going to let this dry, and we'll work on the house a little bit, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Hopefully that will just completely cover it. So I learned that you can use chalk pastels over water-based or like watercolor pencils or water mediums, and it really makes it like a really nice opaque look. So hopefully if this doesn't, work exactly how I'm envisioning, that will be a better option. Okay, I don't like those water brushes. So I have my good water brushes in a case with my ink tints, and that's where my stuff is that I want to use. So we're going to use this push button Arteza brush, and it just happens to work better for me. So I'm going to extend the color in here so that it doesn't just end abruptly. Really dislike this little ridge that's happened on my page. Geez Louise. Okay, so hi everybody. While I'm playing around, I hope you are doing well and are having a lovely weekend or day or wherever you're at. It's Friday evening. My family is all upstairs doing whatever it is they do on Fridays when I come down here. I think right now they are actually, my husband came home from his gaming convention with an advent game. It's like a puzzle, almost like a panic room, or an escape room kind of thing, where you have to figure out the clues to move on to the next thing, and they're just having a blast. So yeah, they're having a good time. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that sit. I know that looks crazy, but we're gonna let it dry and see what happens. Okay. But yeah, so they're upstairs doing that. I'm gonna, while I'm down here and making my mess, and then I'm going to go upstairs and read for a little bit, and then I'm probably going to go to bed because I have been exhausted today, just super tired. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on the house. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to switch to using my Inktense for the house. So that I can use a Posca or a paint of some sort on the house itself when I go to do like the gingerbread kind of look, and it doesn't pull that color through. Because the Inktense, remember, is not watercolor, it's actually ink, and is permanent once you get it down on paper. So, that being said, I also have a really beautiful, this willow color is one of my favorites to use from this set. Just a really nice soft brown. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the whole house in this color. So it's going to take me a little bit to do that, but I've also gone through and sketched out areas where I know for sure that I want like a little element of some sort. So I should probably, you know what, I should probably do those first. Okay, I've got a couple of markers here. I don't remember which one is. This one's waterproof. Okay, we'll use this guy. The thinner one. No. What are you? No. Okay. I have the O2. We'll see about using this one. Okay. And I do need to grab really quickly because I want perfect circles on this. So, do I want perfect circles? No, you know what? I'm just going to draw it. I'm just going to draw it. So I want this to be like a big peppermint candy right here. So I'm just going to draw a little circle here. And I've kind of sketched it in already. Hopefully you can see a little bit of that. And I'm just going to go ahead and draw that in. Okay, and then I'm going to do 2 lines like this, 2 lines like this. All right, and then I have a little peppermint there. I know for sure that I want lines here. I don't have my ruler handy either. I don't have anything that I need right now. I don't want to go back upstairs and get it either. So we're just going to use this. This is going to be my ruler. I'm going to try to line it up with the pencil line that I drew in before. And this is just going to create like just a little border along the edge here. Okay. Do the same here. And then I've got a little line across this way. Well, that was bigger than I wanted it to be, but we'll just kind of angle this down. There we go. I want like a little white border around the house, and I don't really want to have to color the whole thing in, so I'm just going to draw in a line here. And hope that that works well enough. Okay, I think I am going to have to go over this with a little bit darker outline for the circle. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing here. So I've got a circle here. I don't really know what I want to do with these yet, so I'm just going to leave those for now, but I know that I want circles there. So we'll just kind of leave that for now. And then any other kind of embellishments that I want to add on later, I can just do with my you know what I'm trying to say. My white Posca or whatever. Okay, so yeah, now I'm going to go ahead and go through with start with my willow. And we're just going to color in the house and just basically do the whole thing. So I can chat with you guys while I do that. So let's see. This week, what do we do this week? Oh, my daughter, my youngest, she had a band concert. She plays percussion in the band. And, you know, she was telling me that she was super excited because there's this song where she gets to just play a bucket. And the song was called Christmas Stomp. And I didn't really get it. And then they, like, when she plays it, all the kids stomp in the band. And it's supposed to be like if you went and gone to see, like, the show Stomp or something. It was really cute. I liked it a lot. And I got a little bit of Inktense where I don't want it. Yeah, and she just had a blast playing that bucket. And then she also had a little solo, like a little trio of her and a couple of her friends went up and did like a little small group performance in front of everybody. And she's never done anything like that. Like she's usually really, you know, really shy about that stuff and doesn't want to get up in front of people or do anything like that. And I was so proud of her. And the stinker, didn't tell me about it beforehand. So she got up and I was like, oh, what's happening? And yeah, and she did that. So it was really sweet. Okay. Those I want to be all colors. The door is not going to be brown. Yeah, door is not going to be brown. I am going to do... That is all going to be wood, and then I'm going to try to leave that open for a little bit of yellow highlights there. But yeah, she did such a good job. I was so proud of her. Band concerts are a hard one for her because you know, she's just so aware of all the people looking at her. Even if they're not looking at her, just the fact that somebody could be, and it's almost paralyzing sometimes for her, which is rough, but she did it. And I think the being percussion helps because she's always in the back typically. So like I said, when she came into the front row to do in front of the whole band, to do that little small group performance with her couple friends, I was just in shock. I was in shock. I was so proud of her. So yeah, so we had that this week. I feel like there were other things, but now none of it's coming to me. I got the rest of my Christmas decorations all done. So my porch is all done now. I've got my Christmas lights up. I really like the way that it looks this year. It's not too different from years past, but a little different. I'm going to just go ahead and do all of this brown, and then if I want to add white to it later, I can, but it might look more like, you know, snow or something if I end up doing it that way. So, okay. Let's see, what else? Channel news, I released my first Have a Fairy Merry Christmas video. It was released this Monday. I really like the way that fairy turned out. I am doing really good about being ahead of my fairies. I've got 3 of them filmed, so I'm still working on the last one, but yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm ahead of schedule for once. So yeah, trying to get those done so I can just kind of focus on Christmas stuff. And yeah, it's been pretty good. So yeah, so the next fairy video will come out on Monday. And again, it'll be the same kind of thing where it's a little bit of talking about what I'm doing, a little bit of speed color with some Christmassy music thrown in there. And then we have a cute Christmas fairy at the end of the video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's really similar to the witch series that I did, just less videos. I do think that has helped too, the fact that I know that I just have to do 1 a week instead of 2 a week. 2 a week was really pushing it, you know, just really pushing it. Okay. So yeah, I don't really have a ton more going on the channel. I'm going to be compiling my lists for my year in review video. So I did mention this last time. If you guys have any requests, anything that you'd like to see me talk about in my year-end video, let me know. And we can definitely do that. I can add that to my list. Okay, see, that already looks better. I know it looks just like a dark blob, but when I add more blue other places, it'll look better. And like I said, I'm still thinking about coming in with the chalk pastels and making the whole background look darker, which I've done before. I don't know if it was in this book. Let me see. Yeah, I think I used a little bit of chalk pastels in that, but that was mostly... No, there was another book that I did it in. No, maybe it was this book. I think maybe it was this background. But it really makes it a lot darker, a lot more vibrant. I was hoping the blues would just go beautifully like this one did, but that's not happening. Okay, let's get this wood, or this gingerbread house. Let's get this colored in. Maybe I can start on some of the cuteness while it's here too. Yeah, so I haven't done any work on this page since last week. I know you guys said you wanted to see it. I think what might have to happen is I might have to like record a little bit here and there, and then maybe like speed that up and talk to you guys while it plays, so that I can actually get it done, because otherwise this is going to take... It's going to take me a lot longer than I want it to. I was so, when I finished filming last week, all I wanted to do was just sit down and keep going. Like, I didn't want to stop messing with it. Yeah, I think this is going to be fun. I love it when you get just into a project and you don't want to stop. Oh, I just made a mess there. Get back in there. Yeah, so some of this, like this part of the roof, is going to be so boring if you guys have to sit and watch me do all that. Because basically my idea, I'll tell you my idea while I'm doing this, is just to get all this done with Inktense. Add in a little bit of shadow here and there, not a ton, and then I'm going to go over every single one of those little lines with white Posca. So it's going to be a lot, and it's going to be really boring, and I don't want you guys to have to watch all that. So I might record a little bit of that maybe, and then just play that for you guys while I'm chatting next weekend, because it seemed like there was a very positive response in wanting to see this page completed. So we'll kind of spend the month on our weekend whips focusing on this page. Okay. I think this color is perfect too for gingerbread. Like, it just looks just like gingerbread. Let's see what else. Try not to get where you want it to stay white. I also finished, so I've got a couple of buddy colors this month. So this, like the same buddy color that I have every month with my lovely friend Megan. We're working in 50 Farmers Miniatures, and we have a super cute page that we picked out this month, and then I Christmased it up. Added a bunch of really cute little Christmas things, and I'm done with it already, which is another, like, I don't know. It normally takes me almost till the end of the month sometimes to do the pages that we pick out. So I've already sent her my picture, so I'm just waiting on hers. She said she made hers pretty Christmassy too, so I'm excited to see it. And then I will share that on Instagram as soon as as soon as we can. But I love coloring in that book. It just makes me happy. And then I have another buddy color, and it's with Jordy from Jordy Colors, and I just recently started that one, so I haven't told Jordy that I've actually started it yet, but we're working on a page from Lee Holland Art, from her Etsy shop, and it's just gorgeous, and I'm a little bit intimidated by it, I have to say. Like, I'm worried that I'm gonna mess it up, so that one's kind of throwing me off just a little bit, but I think it'll be all right eventually. I just need to not freak out so much about it. Okay, let me see if I can erase some of the line on here. That doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible. Okay, let's see, what color door do I want? I'm just going to do a base color in the door, and then I'll figure out, I mean, I kind of have to do a red door, right? Like, that makes the most sense, to me at least. And I do have to say, the Inktense are working much better. They're much more well-behaved than the Neo colors have been for me in this book. I wonder why that is. It's interesting. Okay, so red, I'm gonna do, I'm trying to think if I want to do like a pink-based red. Or just start with red and then just do the darker shading. I think I'm gonna go with a pink-based red. So I'm gonna do this carmine pink, which is a little darker pink. But we're gonna go that way and see what happens. So I'm just gonna go ahead and color the whole door with this one. And then I'll come back in with pencil shading for this. I am going to use some markers on the needles. I already have used marker on the door, on the branches. So yeah, I'm going to use some markers to do that. And you could probably do some of that while this is drying too. Well, and then I can just kind of show you what I mean when I say I'm going to go over the house too. So then that way it doesn't bore you too much to have to watch any of that. I can just do a little bit for you on screen here. Yeah, so the door seems like it's a little pink, but it's enough red, and especially if I add red pencils and shading and stuff in here, it's going to be a nice bright red door. Yeah, the Inktense are working way better. I wonder what it is about the Neo colors that is just not cooperating. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I need out of my Inktense. I'm going to do a little bit more shading with some browns maybe on the roof of the... I'm going to use this madder brown color and just add a little bit. So on the underside of the roof here, you're not going to really see the whites, so I just want it to be darker here. And then this is going to be the top, but it's still going to be in shadow a little bit, so we're going to add a little bit of shading with the madder brown. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that really quick. If I get, sorry, I'm moving that around a ton, sorry. If I get some on top of where I don't want it, I've got a couple seconds to mess with it and push it back off as best I can. And that should, ooh, I saw my snack. I brought a snack down here, and my kids don't know I've opened them, so don't tell them, shh. But it's the white chocolate covered Oreos. Oh, They're like my guilty pleasure during the holiday, during Christmas time. They're so good. So I brought one down here to eat while I am editing this video for you guys. I wish I could share with the whole class, but since this is coming to you from the past, they'll already be gone. I'm going to add a little bit more willow to this too. All right, let's see where we're at. I'm just going to use the willow on this part. And then just kind of darken that up there. And then I can always come in with like my pencils and stuff and darken things up where I want. Yeah, I'm just going to use... I think this is going to look really cute once I start decorating the actual house part too. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my family is losing their mind right now. Like I said, they're upstairs playing that game. And I don't know what just happened, but it just made them all lose their mind. That's so funny. So cute. The first time they played this game, so it's supposed to be an advent every day, but of course life gets in the way. So they've saved up a few days to play with today. And I can't stand games like that. Like they asked me to do it the first day. I'm like, that is not for me. I love you all so much, but I would probably just lose my patience and be awful. And I don't want that to, you know, ruin what would undoubtedly be a good time for them. So I was taking pictures of them doing it and just listening to them and smiling the whole time that they were just having a blast from the other room. And then afterwards they came out and they were telling me all about it and they were so excited. And it's not even just my youngest, like it's my 21 or my 22 and my 20-year-old are also playing this with them. And it's so cute to see. And it just makes my heart happy. Makes my heart happy, you guys. Okay, let's see. I'm going to add a little bit on, I'm going to do the willow here. Darken this up. I'm hoping you guys can kind of tell, like it's making sense what I'm doing. Oh, I got to turn the book again. Turn the book. What was I talking about before all that? I was talking about what I was coloring, right? I think I mentioned that a little bit, working on the Lee Holland art page. And then I have like a whole bunch that I really want to get to. I just started another page in fur balls that I'm excited about. So yeah, hoping that all of that I can get all those done. And then I really want to work in the new Camellia Angel Cova books, because her new winter book or Christmas book, holiday book, whatever you want to call it, because it's so adorable. Like it's the cutest that I have ever seen. It's my favorite of her winter books, I think. I just thought it was so cute. So I wanted to make sure that I got some work in it. And I'd like to do multiple pages in it. I don't know how many I'll get done, but because I have a tendency to, you know, hyper focus on one thing, and sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't. Okay. All right. Our little gingerbread house, I think, has the colors that it's going to be. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I'm going to grab my green markers. So I'm going to use my brush markers, and I have them in just this plastic drawer. This is my yellows, oranges, and greens and reds. And I'm going to grab a couple of my greens. Let me find a scrap piece of paper that I can test these on so that I know what I'm getting. I like my zig, but I don't think that's the right color. No. I like this one. That's a possibility, but I don't love it. I thought I had some that were like a soft green. That one's not bad. No, that's out. That's a no. Where are those ones? Oh, I know where it is. This is the one I want. Right here, I think. Yeah, that's the one. That's the ticket. Because then I can add in lighter or darker shading depending on what I'm feeling. All right, I'm going to go over on this side and color on here while that other side dries. And I'm going to take a bite of my Oreo because why not? Because it's awesome. Look at that creamy goodness. Yum, yum, yum. Like I said, I wish I could share, but I can't. You should definitely go get a box of your own. Okay, so I'm using Tombow water-based marker number 158 for these, and I'm just going to trace the leaves. And when I use my water-based markers in Hanna books, I'm very careful not to go over the same spot multiple times, because sometimes that will cause definite bleed through. So you just have to be aware of where you're placing your color. It looks like I missed a lot of blue in there, so I can come back in with more blue if I want, or I could use that. I could just turn it green too, because sometimes with needles, you know, they overlap and twist so much, especially the way she's drawn these ones, that it won't matter. It'll be fine. Okay, let's do a little bit more here. Yeah, that's the plan for the needles. And then I'll come in with my Prismacolors because I can really use those well. Since they're so opaque, they go over marker really well. I'm also going to go ahead and do my lanterns, I think. I'm going to do all the lanterns red. And I don't know which red. So I really love this Zig Brushables red. That's super bright and will be great for being able to shade on. But this one is more of a, no, I think I have to go with the one that's more pink, trying to match the door, right? Okay. So let's do one of these guys too. I will have gold accents and stuff on here, so there are some places where I'm not going to color, just so that I can just go over it with the gold. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use gold paint yet or just a gold gel pen. It just depends on the mood. So I'm just gonna, these are gonna be completely red. With the brush tips, sometimes it feels like I'm using watercolor or something, which that's another option too with any of these water-based markers. You can use your, if you have a Caran d'Ache palette, the opposite side is smooth, so you can just color on that and pick it up and use them like watercolors. So fun. I think I have a color along using Crayola markers that way, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty fun. Yeah. Lately I've been seeing a lot of people just putting out these masterpieces, just these color pencil works of art. Like, I'm just in awe. And then I'm like, well, maybe I should just focus on using only colored pencils, like I should master that medium before I start to move on to something else. And I'm like, you know what? No, I like using my water-based markers. I like using neocolors. I like using the Inktense. I like mixing things up. And it's okay for me to do that because it's my coloring. And it doesn't have to be like, crazy, crazy awesome time. I think I am going to leave the ribbon and do that with pencil. And his collar and the little gem here. Those ones I think I am going to do with pencil, but these, yeah. And then think what I might do, yeah, these guys are going to be red, so I'm just going to go ahead and do these red. So there'll be red ties, red lanterns. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty already, right? Okay. I'm not sure how much more you guys are going to actually need to see of this before it's done. I'm not going to color too much more today. I'll probably continue coloring these lanterns off screen. I do want to do a little bit of the gingerbread house with you guys. And if I do decide to work on the gingerbread house and finish that up, I will definitely record it. And then we can watch it. We can do it next week. And I'll do like a little voiceover thing with it, so that you guys can see that. Because I know a lot of you expressed interest on how I was going to turn that into a gingerbread house. So I'm trying to think what other Christmas books I really want to work in. Like, I know I had that whole video about it. I do have a few pulled. I did pick out a page in Johanna's Christmas that I definitely want to work on, but it's more of like a wintry page, so I might wait until after Christmas for that one. I haven't decided yet, because there are so many ones that are specifically Christmas that I definitely want to work in. Like, I need to get some Teresa Goodridge ones done, and I want to get some of those done, and there's a couple others that I would really like to get done. Oh, I did put out the Christmas palettes that I put together for you guys too. There's a post on, I think both Instagram and here on YouTube. I think I did both of them. I can't remember now. Pretty sure. So you guys can check that out. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and color this one too, so that you guys can see what that's gonna look like. So cute. Yeah, and then just imagine like all of the places where there's no color yet will have probably some sort of gold shimmery goodness. Maybe I'll do green. Make them really Christmassy. I don't know. That'd be kind of cute though, wouldn't it? Like little red and green and white lanterns. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If I should do red and gold or more Christmas, like with red, white, and green for the lanterns. I'd like to see what the consensus is on that. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do a couple more leaves over here just so you guys can get like an overall look at what that's going to look like too. I need to look at the Tombow website and see what green there is that's kind of toned like this, but lighter. Because I have some good ones in my alcohol markers, but I can't use my alcohol markers in this book unless I want to sacrifice the back page, and I really don't. I mean, I know I've bled through and probably messed up the back side of this page, but it's fixable. And with the alcohol markers, it wouldn't be so much. It would be really, really hard to fix. So, hoping that maybe I can find a good green. I try to look every time I go to like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I'll take a look at their markers, but I still haven't found one that is quite right. Yeah, so let me zoom back out just so you can see the whole thing again. I like it. All right, real quick, because I'm getting close to running out of time. We're going to zoom back in again. Sorry, I know, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. All right, so here's what I'm going to do for the roof, and it's just like what I just said. I'm literally just going to go through and outline every single one of these little loops. And the nice thing is, since it's not, you know, a water-based medium underneath there, this should stay white, which is nice. Okay. So yeah, so it's just going to be all the way across. All of these little dudes are going to be white. Like I've just piped all of this on with some yummy frosting. Yep. The other thing that I'll probably come through and do, I'm going to go ahead and, I know I drew this line in earlier, but I'm going to white it out. And there'll be this white border around the house. I think what will happen is the door will be nice and red. The little design around the outside of the red, I might have to come in with some bleed-proof white there because I did get blue on that. But so the door is going to be nice bright red. There's going to be like candy cane stripe around the outside of the door, and then I'll probably have like green embellishment around that, and that'll probably be all white in there. Yeah. I'm getting so excited. This is going to be so cute. All right, let me make sure that this is going because it's not wanting to give me. And then I'll come through and I'll use like, I'll add some little snow on top of the house too. I'll have like snow piled up around the edges of the house too. So cute. We'll draw in some little swirly bits. Let's see. Maybe I'll just draw one here just to kind of show. So I'm just going to have like a, we'll have, I want a swirl that goes like this, but then kind of curls around. Kind of like that. So we're just going to draw that in. And then I can just keep going over it until it covers up that line really well. I can make parts thicker. Yeah, and then so on this side, that's kind of covered up by the access to the roof, but you'd see some of this. So I'm gonna just draw that in right there. Okay, cute. Yeah, I hope that you guys like this. Like it's gonna be fun, I think. Although I made a mess down here too. Okay. All right, so I know that was maybe not as much detail as you guys would all like to see. But like I said, if I continue to do like any little embellishments or anything that I add to the house, if I work on that while I'm editing the video, I will, oh no, I won't. I probably will work on outlining these, because I can't really edit the video and record if I'm editing on my phone. And I also record on my phone. That's the only downside of doing everything on your phone. But I figured it out how to do it on my phone, and I'm too old to learn how to do it on the computer, so this is how I have to do it. Oh, was I off camera completely? Probably. Sorry, you guys. I was just doing a little bit of outlining the black lines down around here. But yeah, so let's zoom out completely so you can see how that's going to look. I think it's going to be cool. And I think that's going to be it for me for the video today. I'm going to continue to do this while I'm editing for you guys. And then, yeah, I'll do the lantern, probably color in the needles as well. And then, like I said, if I do any more on the house, I'll record that, make sure to record that for you all. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Check out next Monday's this Monday's Fairy Mary video. And yeah, until next time, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.